up, YouTube? Check it out. This your boy Silver from Silver TV. Coming to inform y'all the date coming up on the 8th. We changed the date from June the 8th to June the 30th for some unforeseen circumstances and stuff. Well, I apologize to everybody who inconvenienced. Hope it didn't inconvenience nobody, you know what I mean? I thank you in advance, but the date has been changed from the 8th to the 30th. June the 8th to the 30th. Silver TV first annual cookout. Nitty, what's up, baby?
Well, I want to apologize for y'all. I'm going to apologize to y'all too. However, since we moving it to June the 30th from June the 8th, this will give y'all more time to learn all the dance moves, how to two-step, all the stuff, get your boogie on. Remember, gangsters don't dance, they boogie, right? So we're going to give y'all a chance to get all that together, man. And we're going to come out there and turn this thing out like we supposed to. All right, so until next time, peace.
Peace. Silver TV, y'all. What's up, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook? What's going on? That's your boy Silver Wolf TV. Back again with my main man, OG Frank Nitty. Nitty, what it is, my homie?
Man, what's going on? Once again, you know, and how y'all doing? I've been seeing a lot of stuff in my attempt to, you know, readjust out here. And man, it just seemed like some of it is just so crazy, right? I hear a lot of the younger dudes, and this is no bash on them, I don't want y'all to think that, but I mean, it is what it really is. And I hear them say, man, I don't give a fuck how old somebody is, I don't respect them. Like, my question be like, yo, what the fuck happened? Because, I mean, like, even down to gangbanging, right? You know, y'all, a lot of y'all, I don't care what you in, that shit was designed to protect the community. You know, and I'm seeing now, since I'm back out here, it's a lot of y'all is preying on the community. And I'm saying, man, like, for those of y'all who know better, the man, it's time to teach. Because, you know, when a lot of these young brothers come in prison, you know, they get taught the right way. Oh shit, they get taught the right way about the game. They get taught the right way about the value system. And the ones who don't, you know, a lot of them, man, they fall to the wayside. You know, because they thought they was too gangster or whatever to listen. And I be seeing a lot of that going on out here, man. I'm just like, yo, what the fuck happened? Because I don't understand it. I really don't. I don't understand, because like in there, if a motherfucker, if you have been 10 toes down, say you did a big bit like I had, and you got old in there, ain't no smut on your name nowhere. You know, ain't no how they say, alternative lifestyles, engagements on your name, none of that, right? Them guys in there, man, we respect them because of the journey that they've been through. You know, all the shit they had to go through for us to just walk a mile in their shoes, you know, so to speak. You know, like when I first got to prison, when I first got down to Jessup, I never forget it. It used to take us, like, if one of our loved ones sent us a money order, it could be for $20. It would take a whole month to clear. So, man, you would be in there, man, without cosmetics and this and that. And man, like, I can remember the times that we really went to war with the fucking police about that. Like, tell them, man, we wasn't locked the fuck in, you know what I mean? So we seen somebody of importance, just tell us, man, this shit can really change, because until then, it can't be no peace. Not that it's not gonna be any peace, it can't be. And once again, man, for a lot of critics and stuff like that, they gonna say they promote violence. Man, that's my story. I'm not promoting anything. But that's my story. That's been my journey. So you're gonna hear that, right? And so, and I can remember times that they got these Rockwellers down there, right? Because we're fighting for like basic human rights at this point. And man, these Rockwellers were the biggest Rockwellers I ever seen in my life. I mean, man, they was like, I don't know if they had these motherfuckers on steroids, whatever, but it was like they really trained them to hate us, right? I mean, they really trained us to hate us. And one day, they had let us out. We only was getting like, I think 2 hours out a day at that time. This was supposed to be general population. And I can remember we was in the yard and we said, hold up, man, because they only let us out there for like 30 minutes. Like, hold up, man, we only been out here for 30 minutes. Like, y'all got us cooped up in the cell. And then this is in the summertime. It's the middle of a heat wave. They said, oh, yeah, y'all ain't come out. They immediately went and started throwing the tear gas canisters over the fence. And the second wave of them was actually holding on to the Rockwellers, and they would stand on their hind legs. They were so big. And at this point, even when guys was ready to give up, nobody wanted to go out there because everybody believed that the dogs was going to bite us, right? And only thing I could think of while I'm sitting in this yard and watching everything unfold was what we see every year on Black History Month. You know, scenes from back in the 60s. And that's how it felt, right? To have dogs sicked on you, that sit down there and had them throw tear gas canisters over the fence because you're asked to be treated like a basic human being. Like, don't coop me up in a box. And this is especially for the people that in the comments, they say, well, and nobody told them to do that, and they shouldn't did what they did, it wouldn't have been in there. Okay, cool. My question to you is this. What happens when you find out that the person didn't do it? Do you be man or woman enough to come back and publicly, because that's what you made your comment, and say, hey, I was wrong. I judged the book by its cover. I was wrong. Please forgive me and anybody who read my comment. I want you to know that I was wrong. Chances are you won't do that. And I look at a lot of my friends. I was just with another friend of mine day before yesterday, and we knew each other since we about 15. And he was in prison along with me for a murder that he had completely nothing to do with. This man spent 25 years of his life in there for something he didn't do. And the best that we can hope for with people like that is that the judge at least will apologize and say, hey, we wrong. Not the one that's sitting in prison with all the time, but some judge, not all, might come out and say, hey, we'd like to apologize, say we were wrong. Because, and then it's sad because most guys like myself, we got so much time in. They say, look, if you take this plea bargain, you straight out the door. Or you go ahead and fight it and take your chances. Man, now imagine that kind of situation with somebody who really didn't do it. Do they die in prison? To stick by their guns? Or do they say, hey man, I had to cut my losses and go out there and maybe be with my children, my grandchildren, hold a loved one's hand but before they pass on? It's a tough decision. And like I said, for the people who make these comments, and don't get me wrong, you're entitled to your opinion, keep the comments coming. But I want it to be known to these type of people that it's two sides to every coin, right? So you have to, before you make these type of, what I like to call knee-jerk assessments or comments, you have to first do your homework a little bit. Because I know a number of my friends who was recently freed and they really didn't do it. I know of a few of my friends are still in there and they really didn't do it. And I know what people say, oh, everybody say that when they're in prison, they're innocent. Well, and there's some people in there that's actually innocent, right? And it's sad because society has become so throw away the key, lock you up, throw away the key, or, one strike and you're out for life, right? And I'm like, this is crazy because I even go back, because I was talking to a city councilman. I take myself, I was recently talking to a city councilman, and I said, man, why does, I'm gonna start with Maryland, but I'm assuming the whole United States, why do they continue to lie to the citizens by saying that once somebody has paid their debt to society, then they're supposed to be able to move on with their life? I said, when that is not true for people who have been convicted of felonies. I said, because although they say, hey man, there's jobs that convicts can get, on front of a camera, but when it comes down to actually hiring them, no, not a reality. And this is why, like I said, when it comes down to prisons, you got guys like myself. I worked so hard to get out of prison. I worked so hard to educate myself while I was in prison, right? And I continue to try to educate myself since I've been free. Because according to the state of Maryland, we paid my debts to society. But yet, every day I go out looking for a job, I can't get one. Because somebody will dig into my background and say, hey, man, Perna, he killed a bunch of people. So, no, we can't hire him. But the one thing that I'm very proud of myself about is that I didn't regress. I didn't say, hey man, I'm going to pick up a gun and go out here, man, and get it how I live. I didn't say that. And I'm very proud of that. But it's these type of things, man, that I really try to speak to the youth about. And excuse me. And then, like I told y'all on a number of episodes, I'm not your parent, so I'm not begging you to do anything. However, I am warning you, right? It was dirty when they were playing dirty pool when I was convicted. They're way worse now. They're way worse because they're way better at hiding the injustice that many of them do that fills our prison system, right? And this is why, like I said, I like to really warn the youth about is that educate yourself, man. That is your greatest weapon. I know people tell you stay in school, this and that, but man, without me educating myself, it is no doubt, and no shadow of a doubt, I would have died in prison. But I decided to go there because what a lot of people didn't know, that I was barely able to read and write. I probably was on a 5th grade level when I went to prison, right? When I went in there and I educated, I was always kind of smart at this than apply myself because of a lot of turmoil in my life. And my message to the youth, because I really want to speak to y'all on this subject, don't wait until you get there to get your head on straight. Get it in now. Get your head on straight now, because I promise you that if you do, it's gonna pay off. You know, I like to look at my situation as me basically say I returned from the dead. Because here it is, you take somebody who had double natural life plus 140 years without any possibility of parole. That's a lot. Meaning that, man, I would have had to die 2, 3 times, 4 times really, maybe 5, to be done with that sentence. That's not realistic. So if you see the evil in somebody handed down a sentence like that, as if you had multiple lives, as if you was part cat, if you know that you're dealing with people like that, then you have to arm yourself. And before the critics pile in with the comments, no, I am not talking about a firearm. Not at all. I'm talking about arming yourself to defend what's coming, meaning educating yourself. Meaning we need, one time I remember I was watching The Godfather, and I remember that Sonny's illegitimate son came to The Godfather and he said, hey man, I want in on the family. And so The Godfather said, okay, what you want to be, a doctor, a lawyer? He said, 'cause I got enough tough guys, right? He said, man, I want to be you. But the moral to that story is this: we have enough tough guys. It's time for us to start getting behind each other, supporting. Like, I remember one time in football camp, you know, some people had to stay at the regular field. Some people got to go off right here. I forgot the spot. I had to go off to the football camp. And somebody is not going to be able to go sometime at first. But we have to start getting behind ours and believing that, okay, just because you didn't get to go right now doesn't mean that you are not going to go. And for those who made it, you have to honor your motherfucking word. You come back and you get your peoples. Whether they are blood related or the peoples who stood by you and supported you getting to that. Because we have started accepting disunity as the norm. That's crazy. You got brothers talk about, I don't fuck with that bitch ass nigga. And when I hear some of them say it, I say, what happened? Man, I asked that bitch ass nigga, man, lend me a motherfucking $100. You did all that? That's your brother. Okay, for whatever reason, he might not have been able to get it to you. But he turned into a regular nigga on the street that you would address as a bitch ass nigga. We have become too ununified. And I'm not talking about as a race, I'm talking about as a culture. We done became too ununified. And if we don't do something about it, it's only going to get worse. So, my thing is, we want to start trying to, man, like, seek out in our communities who can make it and who might not be able to make it later on. For the guys who, the drug dealers and things like that, you owe that to your community. A lot of you, I know you wasn't raised right. It's not a shot at you. I don't want you to take that as a shot. It's really not. But a lot of y'all wasn't brought up and taught the importance of your community, the importance of looking out for your OGs when they behind the G-wall. Seeing somebody's mother coming down the street and helping her with her bags to the porch, or taking somebody's mother, 2, 3 of the mothers, shopping, food shopping on the weekend. You know, because that's how I was raised up. Because you had to get back to the community, because we was taught that, man, if you treat the community good, the community will always protect you. And I had to say it for myself. I think that's why I'm alive today, because I knew back in the day in Park Heights I was untouchable, because I knew I was good to the community. So I say that, man, to say, let's start getting back unified again, right? Let's start doing what we do best. Till next time, peace.
Thanks for watching, y'all. Silver Wolf TV.